Yes. So today we will study about the why cloud is required. Different types of characteristics and the benefits are there related to the cloud computing. So according to that, I am just dividing my personal system as a centralized system as well as a cloud computing. So that you can easily understand, so by differentiating both of these, so that it is very easy to understand what is the cloud computing as well as the why it is required in our daily basis. So let's go for the personal system as well as the cloud computing system. So before that, we will just I will tell about the cloud computing. So according to the definition of the cloud computing, I am just dividing the definition of the cloud computing as a customer oriented definition as well as the business oriented definition. What is that customer oriented definition? Can access it anywhere, anytime, and with any device he can access it, so that it is a very easy to delivery of the on-demand computing services over the internet. Okay, so for example, I already discussed the Gmail, Hotmail, as well as the Yahoo Mail. These are the customer oriented definition. So user can access it anytime, anywhere, with any device. So it is basically the delivery of on demanding computing services according to the user's requirement as well as the user's demand. This cloud computing will deliver the different kinds of services as well as the applications also. So one type of example we already discussed in our daily basis, that is the Hotmail as well as the Yahoo Mail, Gmail. Okay, so according to the definition of this, I have just divided the customer oriented definition as well as the business oriented definition. Now what do you mean by this business oriented definition? So where is the cloud can be universally accessed, any type of company users or the employees can access, so it is the universally access. Okay, as well as the scalable services, services has to be divided according to the user's requirement as well as the business requirement. So it is scalable to use the different kinds of applications as well as the services, as well as it provides the new types of service modules also. So according to the users and according to the businesses, I have just dividing the cloud computing definition. So in see the pay per use. Okay, now the one example I can say, the how much data or the how much resource I am using, that kind of money I can pay. So this is based on the use per bay basis. More storage or the more data we are using, so more money I have to pay. So less storage or the less data or the cloud I am using, so I have to pay it with the less money. So it is based on the pay as per you go basis. How much I have used, that much of money I have to pay. So the cloud computing is about the customer oriented as well as the business oriented. Anytime, anywhere, as with the any device, I can access the different types of services as well as the applications also. So how much service I am used, that much of money I have to pay. Okay, so this is about the customer and the business oriented definitions for the cloud computing. So now see about the why cloud computing is required. Let's see, we're talking about our personal system or the personal computing machine as well as the cloud computing system. So this, the first point is a higher pay and the less scalability. Okay, now just I said the data is present in our remote location, talking about the cloud computing. Now see about the our own laptop or the personal system, where all data we are storing in our local drives or the disk drives. If some types of failures or the system failures are occur, then it is very difficult to access that deleted data. Okay, so it is the that mean I can say it is the less scalable and the higher pay, whatever the what system failures are occur, no, then it is very difficult to access those data, and we have to repair it those system also. So it is very difficult in a higher pay as well as the less scalability. But it is not happening with the cloud computing, because how much data or the how much service I am using, that much of money I can pay. Okay, so it is based on the pay per use basis. So it is the pay per use. How much I am using, that much of money I have to pay. Okay, if the resources or the services are scale up, the money has to be pay more. If the resources and the scale up resources and as well as the data I have to scale down, the money I have to less pay. So according to the pay per use basis, I am using the cloud computing services. Going to the next, huge space for the servers. For example, the one customer or the user is working on a huge organization. Okay, so then there is a lot of space for the servers we are requiring. So according to the servers, according to the user's requirement, he can access the data which is stored on the servers. So we are talking about the centralized servers. So data is centrally allocated, and that data has to be accessed by the multiple users. Okay, so in a cloud computing, it is opposite for the cloud computing. No server space is required. Itself, the cloud computing is a server. It is a data storage. So that data storage of the server is remotely available. So there is a no talking about the servers. No automatic updates or the automatic software updates. No automatic softwares we are updating. Each and every time the users has to check for the software updation. Sometimes we will see the software updation notifications will come. So this will happen about our personal computers or the machine. So it is not in the cloud computing, the automatic softwares, whatever the softwares we are updating, that updating softwares, it will go for the automatically. Okay, so no manually software automations is required. So it will go for the automatic softwares updations. Maintenance team for the hardware and the software. So in the we are talking about the personal computers. We will appoint a team, a particular one kind of team for the hardware as well as the software maintenance. So in the case of cloud computing, no experts are required. Okay, so whatever the data is present on a remote location, multiple users can access it. So that kind of data is to be availability to the all users. So it is very flexible, as well as the availability of the resources are also possible. So there is no experts are required according to the cloud computing. So here the lack of flexibility. If I want to expand or extend the resources in a personal computer, then it is very difficult to add the another extra resource to the personal computing. So this is the lack of flexibility. In case of cloud computing, it is very high in flexibility. You can access the resources as well as the data. So it is very flexible in case of sharing of the resources. Data can't access remotely. Obviously, the data are stored on a one kind of physical location. Okay, the disk drive or the local drives, we are storing our data. So it is not remotely accessible. Only one user who is using that system, he can access it. But in kind about the cloud computing, the data can be shared with anytime, anywhere, with any device by using the multiple sharing users. Okay, so one example, we are talking about the Google Drive. So anytime and the anywhere you can access it. That is about it is very feasible for the sharing of the resources as well as the data. Now the next is that takes a longer time for the implementation. Okay, if the some types of failures or the problems are occur, then it will take a long time for the implementation of such a problem. So this will not happen with the cloud computing. Whatever the sometimes the failures can occur, but that failures will be recur very rapidly. So it is the very rapid implementation in case of a cloud computing. As well as it gives the poor data security, but in a cloud computing it gives the best or the better data security, because the data is remotely present. Okay, and according to the own data service it will access it. So I can say it is the poor data security for the personal users, and it is the better data security and the data and the services are available. So it is availability of the data, and it is very what we can say, it is just scalable also. So because of reliability, flexibility, as well as the scalability and the sharing of the resources, and anytime I can access it. So lots of points are there we can consider with the cloud computing. So I can say, and the one more important point is how much service I'm using, so that much of money I can pay. So it is based on the pay per use basis. So according to this different points, I can say the cloud computing is very beneficial according to our personal or the centralized system. So because of this flexibility, scalability, and reliability, availability, as well as the what on demand self services, because of this I can use the cloud computing. Okay, so these are the points, so why we are using the cloud computing. So next concept is about the characteristics of the cloud computing. So just now I said on demand self service. Okay, so the users can use the cloud services according to their demands or the requirements. So one of the service I want to access from the cloud, so user can demand it. User, according to the user requirement or the user demand, user can access the services and the applications. Okay, so this is the one basic characteristic of the on demand self service. So user can demand it according to their self or the own services. User can use the cloud services according to their requirement or according to their demands. Okay. So the next is the broad network access. The data can be accessed anytime and from anywhere. So just now I said data is remotely available. So for accessing such a data, I can use the internet. So according to the internet, I can use it anytime, anywhere, and with the any device. Okay. So it is very flexible according to this broad network accessing or the accessibility characteristic. Resource pooling. Multiple users can sharing the pool of resources. Obviously, the data is remotely accessible, so multiple users can access it anytime with the any device simultaneously, or one by one they can access it. So the resources are in a shared by the multiple users. So this is the resource pooling. Scalability. Just now I said scalable. The cloud computing is very flexible as well as the scalable. Resources can be scaled at the any time. Resources can be, we can expand or the extend the space as well as the services according to the user's requirement. So I can say the cloud computing is very flexible as well as the it is very scalable according to the property of the cloud computing. And the next is measured service. So whatever the services which has been asked or the demanded by the users, that all kinds of services and the applications which is monitoring and which is maintained by the centralized servers. So it is the maintaining so maintaining tools are also present for monitoring such a kinds of services as well as the applications. So these are the basic characteristics of the cloud computing: on-demand self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, scalable, as well as the monitoring. Such a kind of maintenance has to be done by the cloud computing service. cloud computing applications. Such a cloud computing is used in a different kinds of applications. It is used in a business, data storage, as well as the backup services it will also use. So start with the first, business applications. How cloud computing is used in a business management of applications. Cloud computing, basically the cloud computing constructs a more collaborative and easy services with the help of such a different applications. For example, MailChimp, Chatter application, as well as the Google or the QuickBook. According to these business applications, the customers more collaborative with and they do the very business with the help of such applications. The first application is the MailChimp application. So this MailChimp, this is the one simple email marketing system application. It provides various different kinds of options to design, to send, and to save the templates for the emails. So basically it provides an email publishing platform. It is a one kind of email marketing system. So it provides the emails and saves the templates for the emails, as well as we can design the templates for the emails also. So by using such a services, we can use the MailChimp service according to this business application. Okay, and the next is about the Chatter application. So this Chatter application, this helps to share the different kinds of important information or the knowledge about the organization in a real time. So basically it is for the sharing of information about the particular organization. Okay, so this is about the Chatter. What about the Google documentation? So Google documentation, it allows the users to upload the documentation, the spreadsheets, as well as the presentation to the Google data centers. Okay, so Google documentation, it provides, or the Google, it provides the creating text documentation, presentations, as well as the spreadsheets. Okay, so this is about the Google Doc or the Google documentation. So what about the QuickBook? So this QuickBook, it provides a one kind of online computing report it will provide. So basically it is used for the online accounting platform. So this application, it is used for monitoring such a kind of businesses or the tax return services it will provide. So basically it is used for the online accounting platform. So it monitors the different kinds of business reports as well as the tax returns it will provide. Okay, so this is all about the business. So it constructs the more collaborative as well as the easy business with the help of such a different applications. So these are the applications: MailChimp, Chatter, Google documentation, as well as the QuickBook. So QuickBook, it is for the online accounting reports or the online accounting platform. Data storage and the backup service. Okay, so the cloud computing is also useful in a data storage. Also, it is the one kind of data storage of the database. So it is basically it is used in a data storage as well as the data recovery and the backup services. The first applications in a data storage is the box.com. What is that box.com? So box.com, it provides the drag and drop services. It is a one kind of service. This service provides the drag and drop for the files. It is also necessary for the users to drop the files into the one kind of box and access from anywhere. Okay, so basically this is the one kind of drag and drop service which is applicable to the files. So it is necessary for users to drop the files into the one kind of box and access it from anywhere. Okay, so this is about the box.com application. What about the Mozy, MOZY? So this Mozi, this is the one kind of service also. This provides the online backup service for the files to prevent the data loss or the data deletion. Okay, so this is about the online backup service for the files. Joku. So this is also the one kind of web-based application service. It is a web-based interface. It helps to show the single list of contents for the files which is stored in a Google documentation. Okay, so basically it is used for the web-based applications or the web-based interface. So it consider the one kind of list where this list shows the different contents for the files where that file is stored in a Google document. So this we use for web-based applications or the web-based interface application. This is the Joku. So management application. Cloud computing is also useful in management the different kinds of services or the applications. So the one application or the service is a toggle. Suppose if you are talking about the high scale MNC companies, the companies which is working on their projects, number of projects, the employees working on the number of projects. So that number of projects are allocated according to their duration. So within the particular duration, so and so the project has to be complete. So the toggle, this is a one kind of service provider. So it helps to track time, the period allocated to a particular project, how much period or how much duration is applied to the one kind of project. So according to that it will track the time. So it will done that particular application or the one particular job has to be done within that particular time. So it helps to track time period application or the allocation to a particular project. So this is about the toggle. So what about the Evernote? So Evernote, it is used to design, to create and to organize the different pieces of the media. So it will keep the all text documentation, photos, videos as well as the audios in the particular application. Okay, so Evergreen, it is related to the different kinds of media applications, text documentation, photos as well as the videos and the audios are related to the media applications it will provide. So it is the one kind of media platform application. Outright application. So it is a one kind of accounting application that helps for tracking the income reports as well as the expenses, profits and the losses in a real time. So it is basically used for the accounting application platforms. So next application is about the art application. So one best example we are use is a Moo, M-O-O. So this is the one kind of service. So this service which provides the designing or printing the business cards, postcards or the mini cards. So it is a one kind of designing service or the one kind of designing platform. This is about the art application. So we can see the cloud computing is used is applicable in different kinds of medias or the different kinds of modules it will use. So what about the entertainment? So entertainment is about the audiobox.com or the audiobox FM. So this is the one kind of streaming service. So it will provide the streaming services. The what is the music files are stored on online and it will play from anywhere from the cloud services. So music files are stored on online and the user can play from the cloud using our own media player of the services. So it is a one kind of streaming service also. It is about the entertainment application. What about the social applications? We know about the Facebook as well as the Twitter. So the Facebook, it provides, it is a one kind of social networking service. So from Facebook, user can share the photos, videos, files, and many more he can do with such an application. Okay. So this is about the social applications or the social services. So all these kinds of applications and the services, as well as the platform through which cloud computing is useful for the users, we can access this with the such a type of services as well as the applications. So this is all about the cloud computing applications. It is useful in a business, data storage, backup services, management, and the art or the designing services. It will provide entertainment as well as the social services. Okay, so this is all about the cloud computing applications. So moving to the next concept is about the cloud computing benefits. How the cloud computing is beneficial according to their characteristics of the cloud. Okay, so basically, just now I said the data is remotely present, multiple users can access it. Okay, so through the internet they can access applications or the services over the internet. So this is the one beneficial point for the cloud computing: access applications over the internet. So it is this cloud is, it is also easy for the manipulation as well as the configuration, because whatever the applications as well as the services are available which is on online, so it is very easy for manipulating or the managing such a kinds of applications as well as the services. It is easy for configuration such a kinds of services also. Okay, so it is very easy to accessing as well as the manipulating such a kinds of services with any time and with the any device also. And next is about the no software installation is required. So no software installation is required about the cloud computing concepts or the system. What about the online development and the deployment tools? What is that online development and deployment tools? If one of the user he wanted to use the database applications, so in such a system there is no need to install such a one so and so applications. So user can access that kind of application through the platform as a service model. Okay, suppose the user want to access the database application. If you are talking about our personal computer, he can install such a kind of application, but here talking about the cloud computing, no need to install or no need to access such a kind of installation, or the software installation is not required for such a online development, or the deployment tools are required. Okay, so this is about the online development as well as the deployment tools for the cloud computing. On-demand self-service resources are allocated according to the user's needs or the requirement. So it is all about the on-demand self-service provided. It is the cost effective. Why it is cost effective? Because whatever the services and the resources are remotely available, so it requires the internet connection. So it is a so it is a cost effective also. More reliable and the more flexible. Okay, so the cloud computing, it is efficient for the load balancing. So it is the reliable, flexible as well as the scalable in case of the resources, and the multiple users can access it, and the resources which are accessed by the user, they are parallelly accessing due to the parallel computing. So this is all about the, it is the very reliable, flexible as well as the scalable if you are talking about the cloud computing services. So these are the benefits. It is easy to access, easy to manipulate or the configuration of the resources. No need to install such a software installation or the such a so and so applications. Okay, so it is also based on the on-demand self-services. It is very one point we are considering is very cost effective, because the internet connection is required, data is remotely present. It is more reliable, accessible as well as the scalable. Multiple users can access it parallelly. So these are the cloud computing benefits. So according to the characteristics of such a cloud computing. So this is all about the cloud computing benefits. Now, so just now we discuss about the characteristics such as applications as well as the benefits. Data is remotely accessed anytime, anywhere. It can access by the users. Okay, so how much data I am using, that much of money I have to pay. So benefits, characteristics are, we are studying about this the cloud computing. But the one different types of risks are also present by using such a cloud computing concept. So what is the first point is the risk of the cloud computing is data scrutiny. What is that data scrutiny? So whatever the applications as well as the data or the services the user is accessed, that data which is present on a back end, the user which is on a front end, he is accessing. So by whom and by who data is and the applications will be accessed. So this is all about the data scrutiny. We don't know, user is don't know who is providing such a data or the applications or the services. So by whom data and the applications will be accessed. So this is all about the data scrutiny. The user don't know about the who is providing such a kinds of services or the applications. So this is all about the data scrutiny. Security password. So security is all about the data storage and the data transmissions. So security, what kind of data security methods for data storage as well as the transformation. So such a kind of security passwords are required. So security, what kind of security methods for data storage as well as the data transmission. So that security passwords are very privately organized for such a kind of applications. So for example, I am talking about the SHA application, SHA, SHA algorithm, SHA algorithm. This is the one kind of algorithm which is based on the security password applications. Okay, so security methods, different kinds of security methods are provided for the data storage as well as the data transmission. So this is all about the data security and the data segregation, data isolation. So how data and the applications from various customers are reserved separately. Number of users, number of customers can sharing the data parallelly. Okay, so data segregation or the data isolation, it is very main concept for this cloud computing. Many users can access so data, how data and the applications or the services are isolated from each other. So this is all about the how data and the applications from various customers are reserved separately. What about the data storage? So data is remotely accessible. Okay, so where that data is remotely present, so we don't know, the user is on a front end, so data is on a back end, so where will data will be stored. So this all about the data risk about the cloud computing. We don't know about the who is providing such a data and where data is to be isolated from the number of users, what kind of security methods we are using for storing such a data. Okay, so all kinds of different points we are considering such a risk of the cloud computing concept. So this is all about the risk of the cloud computing for using such a services or the applications over the internet. Limitations of the cloud computing. The first point is the availability of the services. So for accessing such a services from the cloud, the internet is required. So the whatever the data or the applications is remotely present, so it is available on a remote location. Geographically, it is present on a remote location. So it is very difficult to accessing sometimes also. So this the one limitation is the availability. So availability of the resources or as well as the applications. So for that accessing such applications, the internet is required. So it is a one kind of limitation in case of a cloud computing of the availability of the resources. data lockup or the data lock in. So shifting one kind of large volume of data from one platform to another platform where data is to be cryptographically secure by shifting such a platform to the another platform, or the data transmission. Okay, in such a case of data transmission or the data transformation or the shifting of the large amount of data, the data lock in one concept is required in case of a cloud computing. So this is also the one limitation in case of a cloud transformation or the cloud transmission, or the shifting one kind of huge data from one location to the another location, or the one platform to the another platform. So it will require the data lock-in concept. Data segregation. So just now I said data is separately available. One user's request is separately satisfied by the another user's request. So data is isolated according to the user's requirement. So this is about the data segregation, isolation of data for the each and every users. What about the scaling resources? The resources are extend and expand according to the user's requirement demand. So resources can be scaled up and scaled down. So because of that, the system performance is also degraded. So this is also the one limitation about the scalability property of the cloud computing. Location of the data. So geographically there is a geographically data is present on a remote location. So location of the data is present on a different locations. Geographically data is present on a different location. Each country has its own rules for accessing such a data. So I can say this is also the one limitation for accessing such a type of data according to their location of the services. What about the deletion of the data? Once I have deleted such a data from the such a storage, then it is very difficult to access or the retrieve such a data from the storage device. So this is also the one limitation according to the cloud computing of the deletion of the data or the destroy of the data. What about the recovery and the backup? How data we will recover? How data is fast? How recovery is fast if some kind of failures or the problems are occur. So how it is feasible in case of recovery as well as the backup? So these are the some kinds of limitations. Availability limitation, how data is shifting from one platform to another platform. This all about the data lock-in application, and the how data is isolated according to the user's requirement, how resources are to be scaled up, location geographically data is present on a different location. So according to that different location, each and every country's rules for accessing for such a data is very difficult. So this is all about the location of the data as well as the deletion. Once the data has to be deleted, then it is very difficult also. And what about the backup and recovery? How fast and how frequent